World Historians. This is day 13. This is 13C. This should be our last lecture for today. Finishing up Egypt, we're going to talk a little bit about a few of the ancient African kingdoms. We'll come back to Africa later in world history, but wanted to touch on a few of the kingdoms right now. So the kingdom of Kush, as we write in our notes and date today's notes, was located south of Egypt. Here you go. And it's also developed along the Nile River. Around 750 BC, Kush was able to briefly conquer Egypt. So that's pretty notable. It's not a lot of civilizations were able to do that and kind of to hold this area here. And that would have been a few hundred years before Jerusalem was taken over by invaders, taken away from the Hebrew people. So here is Kush, and this is around 200 BC, kind of where the different empires are. Kush continued to prosper even as the Greek Empire was rising, the Roman Republic was rising as a center of ironworks and trade on the Red Sea. So Kush had a strong presence and identity in its own right. You can see Kush there in between Ethiopia, classical Egypt, Aksum there. We're going to talk about Aksum's rise. The kingdom of Aksum started there, but on the southern part of the Red Sea grew quite a bit. See there, it's sort of like the obelisk, a little different, that structure there. Here's the kingdom of Aksum. In 200 AD, and again, we haven't gotten to the ADs officially yet in history, but just to give you a little foretaste of what's going to come in Africa, in 200 AD, Kush did collapse, and the kingdom of Aksum rose to greatness. Here's our Aksum flag. Aksum became a major global trade center on the Red Sea. Aksum's trade network led to a high level of cultural diffusion, exchange of ideas, customs, goods, and technologies among cultures. So it was a trading powerhouse and really facilitated trade. All of those blue lines that you see there and the red lines as well were trade that Aksum was a part of. So Aksum flourished in ideas and wealth and influence this kingdom here in Eastern Africa. Some more kind of obelisk-like structures there. In the 300s, King Ezana, king of Aksum, King Ezana, E-Z-A-N-A, embraced Christianity, which is super awesome. So of the ancient civilizations, you could say the ones that we've talked about so far, Mesopotamia and Egypt and Africa, Africa is one of the earliest to have a thriving Christian population and possibly the very earliest to have a major Christian political leader in King Ezana. So that's really cool how that helped the gospel spread out into the world, all those places along the trade route. In the 600s, sadly, Aksum declined. There was civil war, and part of this was indecision on what to do with invasion of Islamic warriors.
I'm doing good. Hey, so you ready? I have a question about our account.
Hello.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good. What is your name? Oh, nice. K-A-R-I-M, Karim. K-A-R. I've met a Karim before from Dallas. Great guy. So I'm sure you're a great guy as well.